I'm a sucker for sequels. Not excessive sequels, mind you, like Friday the 13th Part 29, Jason Joins the Peace Corps. I mean real, well-planned-out sequels like the one that we get to review today.
No doubt about it. Realms of Arcania's Star Trail is a well-thought-out game with plenty to offer. Granted, it was well thought out in Germany, which accounts for some of the slight grammatical errors found here and there, but it's a welcome change from the completely AD&D-dominated RPG industry here in the States. The Realms of Arcania series is based on the popular German gaming system, Das Schwarze Auge, which features greater character variety and a more realistic magic system than does AD&D. Creating an adventuring party in Star Trail can be an incredibly complex process, but you'll be glad you took the time.
Indeed. When you start Star Trail, you'll have the option of using Novice or Advanced mode. In Novice mode, you assign pre-rolled stats to character attributes, choose a class and appearance, and then you're done. Advanced mode lets you really customize your characters like no other RPG I've seen. You must define each character's skills using a point-based system, and for magic users, assign proficiency in certain kinds of spells.
When that's done, and it does seem to take forever, your party sets out into the semi-bustling town of Kvirasim, which is only semi-bustling because it happens to be late at night and all the malls are closed. When in a town or dungeon, the traveling perspective is first person, and one of the nicer options in the game is the ability to toggle between free and step-based movement.
Yeah, when you play Star Trail, you have the option of using Novice or Advanced mode. In Novice mode, you assign pre-rolled stats to character attributes, choose a class and appearance, and then you're done. Advanced mode really lets you customize your characters like no other RPG I've seen. You define each character's skill using a point-based system, and for magic users, assign a proficiency in certain kinds of spells.
Arcania is a huge world, and navigating through it is made all the more easy by Star Trail's map navigation system. You can plan routes from anywhere and change them at any time should you hear of any reason to do so.
You can also choose to simply march in one direction and just make decisions at major junctions. If you have someplace you know you need to go, though, the former method is better.
Star Trail is definitely a do-it-yourself kind of game. Where most RPGs spare you from complex tasks such as mixing your own potions and finding different cures for a dozen different diseases, Star Trail requires you to do these things almost immediately after starting your adventure.
You'll need a superhuman attention span to get anywhere in Star Trail, mainly because your characters get hurt and become ill so frequently that they'll die if you don't monitor them constantly. Luckily, each character carries 50 or so skills with them, and even your biggest and dumbest warrior has a chance to heal wounds as well as any cleric.
It's safe to say that when it rains in Star Trail, it pours. The designers may have been a bit excessive when it comes to armor and weaponry.
Not only does each weapon fall into a class, i.e. edged weapons, missile weapons, polar arms, etc., but there are more weapons for sale in any armory than I've ever encountered in my 9+ years of playing AD&D. Moreover, the unfamiliar weapons aren't explained in the manual, so their damage statistics are unknown when you buy them. Hope you're the kind of person who likes to take chances. You'll be taking plenty here.
But we're beginning to sound like we dislike this game, which is far from the truth. Sure, some of the initial tasks are a bit hairy, but Star Trail really begins to grow on you after you play it for a while. It's very unique. Take combat, for example.
Anyone who's ever played tabletop combat with miniatures will know how to fight in Star Trail. Each character gets a certain number of movement points per turn, and every action, moving, attacking, casting, and using items, takes a certain amount of these points. You can also choose to have the computer run your battle for you. If you're not interested in strategic combat, this saves a lot of time.
Absolutely. The best part about Star Trail is that you can basically choose the level of complexity anywhere in the game. Character creation, combat, travel, it can all be lean or mean. Even on lean, though, this game may be a little too much for the casual role player. Practice with some lesser games first.
As your characters gain levels, they'll receive more skill points and, if spellcasters, spell points. Keeping with the underlying theme, you can choose to allocate them to specific skills on your own or have the computer do it for you.
Don't assign skills randomly, though. Make sure someone in your party has the ability to treat wounds and that there are at least a couple of guys who can pick pockets and locks. These skills can come in really handy.
So, to sum it up, Star Trail is definitely a step up in complexity from the litter of hack and slash and cast and survive RPGs out there. There's a lot more to it than combat. In fact, many combat encounters can be avoided altogether. The focus is more on exploration and interaction with NPCs.
Yeah, I think Star Trail may even appeal to fans of strategy games, people who've never even played an RPG before. Certainly won't disappoint die-hard role players, as there's very little missing. Try it out. You'll die a lot at first, but I guarantee you'll want to keep going.
Are you ready? You have to find the stone.
I'd advise you to turn back. It's not safe in this weather.
Star Trail, brought to you by Sir Tech.